Hello, everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening if you're located in Germany. And welcome to the last day of our proMX Dynamics Week 2023. This is our last session for this year, but hopefully you will find the rest of the recordings really soon in our YouTube channel. We will share also with everyone who registered. So don't worry, you will not lose the material. And then what do we have for today is a topic that we were thinking with Malcolm. We will talk about Microsoft BizApps Power Platform and a solution that we developed at proMX, which is proMX 365 Project Portfolio Management. And of course, today with us, we have Malcolm Domecq. He is the Business Developer Executive at proMX, and he has a very interesting career path that I would like to share with you. And before jumping into the session, just to let you know that at the end of the presentation, we will have a time for a Q&A. So in case you have some questions, please drop them into the chat and we'll try to cover them after the session. And yes, Malcolm, now to you.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see it, okay?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, it's coming up. All right. So once again, welcome to our session on the specific proMX 365 project portfolio management. And I am Malcolm Domecq. I am, as Katia was introducing me, the business development executive. You can get in touch with me by using my email or by contacting me on LinkedIn. Regarding my experience, I don't know if it is interesting, but it is longer than I want to admit. I've been working with Microsoft products since 1999. That kind of tells you how old I am, actually. And I started working as a developer. I worked as an architect, and then I went through many different positions, working also on the partner program for companies such as Dun & Bradstreet, for which I was also a director of product, creating products that integrated with Microsoft Dynamics on their first version of the product. So I wouldn't even say I have been suffering this for a while, but kind of I have. Now, that being said, I am gladly that I chose that career and I chose to work with Microsoft in the Microsoft environment. We're going to move on to our agenda now and just walk you through a little things that we're going to be covering today. First, we're going to talk a little bit about the proMX competencies, okay, how we got to be where we are and how proud we are of the things that we achieved. We're also going to be talking about a quick review of the Microsoft Cloud Platform. Okay, so I want to let you know probably something that you already know, but how it is designed and where we sit on this Microsoft Cloud. Okay. Then we're also going to touch on what is a project management solution. Okay, what it really is intended for and why do we need it. And after we go through that recap, we're going to do a live demo. And then, of course, we're going to have time for Q&A and to wrap it up all together. So we're going to move on to our next slide here. And a few things that we wanted to talk about. What are our competencies and what is that makes us successful? So proMX has more than 20 years of experience working with the Microsoft platform. That gave us more than enough projects and relationship with our customers and analyzing and discovery needs and how we can solve them. Okay. We also have been working on the Power Platform and overall on all the Microsoft platforms. We are also an independent software vendor. What does it mean? That we create our own applications and solutions, and we enhance the Microsoft platform with these solutions. A few facts: we have more than 100 projects that we have been delivering and completed, not only on the Microsoft platform, but specifically with the project operations modules. The previous one, PSA, and now project operations. On all these projects, we have the experience of having to be working with global and international companies. And that gives us a lot of experience regarding many different requirements and localizations and tropicalizations. All that experience, of course, we use to create our own products, one of which we're going to be seeing today. We also focus on being local, on supporting our customers in each one of the countries or regions where they are. That give us really a close feeling with our customers and allow us to really be more effective on our implementations. Finally, I wanted to touch on the fact that we are super customer centric. So besides being experts on different industries, we really focus on the need of the customers and what and how they deploy their solutions, their products, their services to their specific way of going about the business. Now, we do have several products that I wanted to let you know about besides the project portfolio management solution. Okay, so we also have products that work in conjunction with the project portfolio management solutions, such as the mobile time tracking, okay, or the holiday management. We also have some accelerators such as ProRM Fast Start, and then we have some specific industry products or solutions such as proMX for constructions or proMX for smart fundings. Now, talking about the Microsoft Cloud, you probably heard this a lot of times, but it's always good to review it a little bit more. So Microsoft has the Microsoft Azure Cloud Services, and on top of those services is where the Microsoft Power Platform sits. Okay, as you probably heard or know, we use the Microsoft Power Platform to create our own products, just like Microsoft uses that platform to create their own products. So on top of this platform, Microsoft has several products, the Microsoft 365 Office suite, and then the Microsoft Dynamics 365 business apps. Why am I saying all of this? Because that is where we base our solution. So when we talk about the design of our solution, we're going to see the same platform, and we're going to see that our solution, proMX Project Portfolio Management, sits on top of this platform. Specifically, we sit on top of the Microsoft Dynamics business apps for the solution Microsoft Project Operations. However, our solution is a standalone solution. That means that you guys can use it without having to have the business applications Microsoft Project Operations. Okay. Not only that, we also work well with all your existing customizations. So if you already customized your products that sit on top of the Microsoft platform, you're going to be able to use our solution as well on top of your customizations or products. So to wrap it up, our solution works great with the Power Platform, Dynamics 365 Project Operations, and also with third-party project management applications through the Power Platform. What does that mean? If you already have another system that you're using, which is not on the Microsoft platform, such as Salesforce or one of those solutions, we can still connect to those solutions through the Power Platform. Okay, so you're still going to be able to use the project portfolio management from proMX and look at your portfolio of those products that you have on a third-party application. That is super convenient if you are on a migration path or if you're using your own solution or somebody else's solution. Now, what is a BPM solution and why are we developing this solution and offering this solution to you? Okay. The solution is designed to help organizations effectively and efficiently manage their project portfolios. Okay, so we're talking about project operations, we're talking about executing projects, but then you most likely start having the need of looking at all those projects at a higher level. Okay, how are we executing as a company? Or how are we executing strategically on one particular set of projects? So you need to organize it, you need to organize the resources, you need to ensure that your projects are aligned with your business objectives, right? And that is why we thought about this solution, which is currently, I would say, a gap in many of the solutions that are out there in the market to manage project operations. Okay. Now we also identify who is in need of these solutions and why. So usually our customers and many people in the market show some pain points. What are the pain points? There is not a centralized overview of performance and productivity that allows you to make better and faster decisions. We also see that there is a lot of silo departments that use different tools. These different tools leads to duplication of efforts and increased cost. Again, our solution can sit on top of all these tools and bring all that information together in one place. This kind of leads into the same pain points of how do we measure success? And customers often struggle with that definition of measuring success through KPIs or ROI. And it goes back to having the information separated in silo departments. We also see that many companies struggle with global resources. How do you go about capacity planning? How do you go about tracking the ability for teams members to work on different projects? Do they have the time? How do we work with pipelines? Can we take on new projects given all this demand that we have from our existing portfolios, meaning all the projects? And overall, we help with prioritizing and taking actions on risks and doing the issue management of all these risks. So if you feel like you're having any of those pain points, you're always going to be looking for a portfolio management solution. So our key features on the solutions, which again, hopefully you will see how these relate directly to the pain points. First, we have the portfolio and program management capabilities. Okay, so not only will you have the portfolio level as a group, you will also have the program level that usually sits under the portfolio level. We help with the portfolio timelines. Okay, so we're gonna see how we see a Gantt chart, a visualization of all your projects across the portfolios. Okay, this of course will help you manage your portfolio cost and budget, as well as controlling these budgets. Enhance projects controlling the relationship between projects. Okay, the baseline and the scenario of different planets. But the relationship is really important because you will have projects that are related to each other and you need to see when one project starts and another one finishes. Risk and issue tracking, including custom KPIs. That's another feature that will help you manage your overall portfolio. The calendar and the work-based time recordings for all these projects. Okay, having then all this information centralized in one place will help you with advanced reporting using templates that are based on your Power BI solution. Okay, and of course, since Microsoft is really key on now everything being working with Copilot, our solution it is ready for Microsoft Copilot. Let me have a sip of my coffee. So we always need to somehow find the business value of the tools that we're investing on or the programs that we are, getting on board with. So here I wanted to show just a few things on how you can find this business value on the 365 BPM solution, our, again, project portfolio management solution. You will see a clear ROI, return on investment. You will have also a great view of your resources and your project planning. You have traceability across the organization. How are we executing on our projects? Okay, and this applies to both type of projects, internal and external projects. Okay, and of course, when we talk about your projects, we're also talking about all your processes. So I hope this makes sense. At least it does to me. And lastly, I want to say that we go also beyond the projects that you are executing, because you're going to be able to work before the project starts, and that is on your planning. And as I was saying, on your sales as well. Okay, so we talk about how this quoting of those projects, how this planning of those projects create the demand for resources and also create a lot of other action items that we need at the portfolio level. So before the project, during the project, and then after the projects, because we need all the reporting on how we executed on our portfolios. Okay, so it's the life cycle of all your projects. Now we're going to move to our demo. And this is always fun because we always get surprises on when we're working with live systems. But hopefully this doesn't give us any issues. And I have opened a few screens or tabs that we want to start working with on our PPM solution. So as you can see, in this particular case, we are connected to the Microsoft Project Operations solution. Therefore, you're going to see quite a similar navigation, and you're going to see a lot of data that comes from Microsoft Project Operations. Like in any good applications, we have a landing page, which is our home page, that you can, of course, customize and configure to your need. In this particular case, I wanted to have a view of my portfolio management applications in which I can link directly to my app, to my portfolios, to my programs. But also we included information such as documentation on the application so you can learn more about the application, how to use it. Of course, we always have a link to our support system. So if you want to contact us, you can quickly click on it and it's going to take you, of course, to our website. You will select your product and then you will contact us. Of course, all these applications now have a feedback for you to say how much you like it, because hopefully you do like it. And then since we're going to be doing several releases on the life cycle of this application, you would like to go and see your history of the updates and what is on that update that you just got. And then you can customize different areas of your portfolio management solution. You can as well customize which one is the first report or dashboard that you want to see when you go to your homepage. And here you can say that we are looking at different projects. It's a little bit small for my old eyes, but we're going to get to that area as well. Okay, and then we have our news feeds, so you're going to be getting all our news on the portfolio management. We're going to quickly first have a review on the portfolio dashboard. Okay, this dashboard can be enhanced by having your own dashboard, your own customized dashboard for each one of the users. And of course, that's going to give a list, just like Microsoft does in all its navigation, of all the available dashboards that you can navigate to. Okay, so you can go straight to My Work, and that will take you to your particular tasks. Okay, again, this is a Power BI report that can be customized. We will be shipping some reports and some dashboards out of the box, but you will be able to create your own. And through the security that Microsoft platform provides, you will guarantee that the right people has the right access to all these reports. Just like Microsoft always does, all these reports will come with different filters. So in this particular case, this report is looking at all the projects given the portfolio that I selected, okay, and all the programs. So I can look at different programs across this particular portfolio, and I can also look at different projects. I can also filter by project managers. So I can change all the information as I need by going through the different filters. I'm going to leave this tab open because I want to navigate through different areas and I want to make sure that I have a link to quickly show you different areas here. So my portfolio management application. This is what I like to go on a daily basis to see where I am on my different portfolios. As you can see, I have a very easy way to navigate, to expand and collapse on my portfolios. So I created two portfolios not to get it too crowded for this particular demo. And just to make it really, really simple, I call it PPM implementation 1 and 2. Now, if I start expanding my portfolios, I'm able to see which ones are the programs that I created inside my portfolios. And all the information related to these programs, such as which ones are the projects that I have on my program. The beauty of this is that by expanding or collapsing different areas, I can take a look at the timeline for my portfolio and everything that is included in it. And I can see this on a weekly basis, on a month basis, on a quarterly basis. And like in many cases, these projects are longer than a quarter and it takes many years, hopefully not that long, but years to complete, right? So let's look at all this information together now. If I'm expanding all my portfolios in all the programs and projects in my portfolios, now how this is how I can see where everything that I manage, or even at the business level or corporate level, everything is being managed. Very important, I can create relationship between these projects. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully that's a yes. And by doing the drag and drop, I can create relationships between all my projects across the organization in different portfolios. I can also quickly go to the information of this portfolio and start managing my portfolios by clicking on the edit button. And slowly but surely, we got to the forms, in which case I'm able to not only visualize the information, but also change it as needed. I'm going to go back to my portfolio management view. And I also want to show you how I can look at the detailed information in each one of the projects with important information such as my estimated total cost, my effort in hours, my KPIs, of also the effort completed for this particular project, and how they relate to each other on the duration of. This same view allows me to navigate. In this particular case, I do not have that many, but I can navigate through my active portfolios or have different views that will show me if I have portfolios at risk, if I have completed portfolios, if I have portfolios that are on hold for any particular reason. All these views and type of portfolios are configurable. So you can change all the views that you have in the type of portfolios. So now let's navigate into a particular portfolio. So we ship with the out-of-the-box solutions some forms that give you already all the information that we created for these particular portfolios and that we believe is applicable and important for you. And the information goes such as what type of portfolios you have, okay? But these are configurable, so you can have external portfolios, internal portfolios, high-value portfolios, financial portfolios, depending on your particular need. You can, of course, prioritize them on different critical, high, moderate, low. All this information is configurable, so you can make it up to your needs. We also believe that it's important to have a portfolio manager, which in case is myself. And of course, we make it a required field for these managers to be notified on different events based on this portfolio. The portfolio has a start and end date, and we also track versus actual dates for start and when they are really due for different activities such as reviews. Okay. We also have stakeholders for the portfolios. In this case, we can have external stakeholders such as customers or internal stakeholders such as the portfolio manager or portfolio reviewers or committees. Okay. We also like to track who is funding this portfolio. Again, the sponsor could be a customer. So if we're looking at a customer, who is the customer that needs to be informed? How often do we need to have reviews? We need to be notified on the last name of the reviews. And then we have very associated programs for this particular portfolio. As I was mentioned before, we have the portfolio level and the programs level. So this allows us for a really complicated structure of controlling projects. Okay. We're also going to have a list of all the associated projects. And hopefully we'll never do, but we do have access to the risk management part of the portfolio. With the risk comes the issues that usually takes us to the risk. Now, very important information about our portfolio is the portfolio budgets. Okay, so we can create new budgets for the portfolios by using our quick link to create budget for this particular portfolio. Okay, and that will start creating the background process. I also wanted to touch on the fact that we deliver a business process out of the box with our portfolio capability. So this will guide you on what type of information we believe is necessary to move your portfolio along until it's finally into the money story stage or the complete stage. And just like Microsoft does in all its application, as you're moving through these steps, we're going to require different information that will take you through the process of completing your records. Now, how is it is to create a new portfolio? Just go to the new button, and depending on the information that you want to track, you can configure it to make it required or not. In this particular case, I'm only saying that I'm going to have a new portfolio, which is my priority PPM solution. Okay? And this, I'm going to type it as value created. Okay? We're going to give it this external funding, and this comes from corporations. And of course, if I'm not completing all the required fields, I'm going to get a nice message saying you're missing something. In this case, I am missing the portfolio manager. I'm looking for myself again. And although it's not required, I want to make sure that it has a start date. And that's it. That's how quickly we can create our portfolio. As I was saying, I want to start moving it along for it to be ready for me to be at the monitoring stage. So in this case, it is not required, but I do want to create a deadline by which I want to make sure that I analyze my whole portfolio. Given that my birthday is on September, I'm going to make it on my birthday month. Have I identified a sponsor? Yes. Then who is the sponsor? And I can look for all the records that are applicable for my sponsors. So I'm going to use adventures. And then I'm moving to the next day. Do I have program selected? Not yet, but I will do it in a minute. So I will say yes. So now I can say project selected, yes. I have not identified any risks. And I'm moving along nicely through all my stages. We're going to give it an overall budget. And this is important because all the KPIs are going to be tracked against this budget. Because we're really nice at proMX, I'm going to give it a big budget. There we go. That sounds about right. 4 million. And here I am. Now I'm ready to start adding programs and projects to my portfolio. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go to my programs and create a new program. And in this particular case, It's going to be for customers. And now I can go and start adding my associated programs. I want to make sure that I have quite a few of these. So I wanted to make sure that I also show you how to do the quick creates. Now, finally, what we can also do is start adding projects. And we can add existing projects. And as you can see, I've been creating a few ahead of time. So I have projects to add. So here we are. So that's how quickly I can create programs, projects, and associate them to my portfolio, both of them. Now what we can do is go back to my previous tab, and I can get rid of these messages and start refreshing it. And now I can nicely track everything that I have on my programs and my portfolios. It takes always a second to refresh our screens, as it usually happens. And we have it on active, and everything is now looking better. Let's make sure that we also have on the project level our program. And it happens that this particular project is still copying the task, so it's not going to allow me to change it for a bit, but we're going to do a little trick. That makes it better. Okay. So eventually we're going to see it here as Microsoft finished copying all the tasks for that particular project. And then having the task is going to give me the timelines that I can see on the Gantt chart. So lastly, I want to go back to my dashboards. And I wanted to also point out that your dashboards, as you can see over here, can be looking at information that comes from this particular portfolio management view or any other portfolio management view. So of course, to have more data, I pointed out to different portfolios so you can see many different projects and not only the 3 or 4 that I was demoing today. This is a very easy application, so we are done with our demo for today. And of course, we can get into the details of that demo. And that's why I wanted to first go back to what we can go and do together with you and what we offer to all our customers, right? So the first thing that you want to know is this solution right for us? Okay, so we provide and we promote to do an Envision workshop together. That means let's look at what are your needs. And now this get into a more, let's say, discussion together on how our solution can work and add some business value, which we call the business value assessment. There is also a solution value assessment, which is the solution configurable enough to bring value if you needed to change what we deliver out of the box? Okay, so we do offer these three different activities that we can do together. So we can review the solution itself and how this aligns to your particular needs. That being said, we wanted to share an experience that we had together with TouchBan, which in which case we did exactly the same, and they ended up including our solution in the set of products that they make available for their own users. Okay, you can always read it. This is a success story that we published together with Microsoft. We're going to be sending this information. It is also on our website. So if you go to our website, you're going to be seeing it. We also wanted to let you know that it's a product that is just being released, but it has a life that we see for coming for the next several years. So we have a roadmap. And with that roadmap comes a lot of functionalities that we already planned and we're working on, and we wanted to make sure that you see it, such as portfolio plan comparison. Okay, what if scenarios, very, very useful for when you're working with KPIs, with return on investments and resource allocations. Okay, AI is coming together with Microsoft Copilot. Financial forecasting at the portfolio level is also available, and we have really nice enhancements that are coming on down the line. And lastly, for the next releases, we also identify Viva integration. We will be publishing all our releases and what is coming in each one of them bi-monthly. So it's very, very frequent. So there is a lot of news coming, and we hope you love it. With all of that, we're going to move on to our Q&A session. So let me check on the chat and see if there are any questions, but we open the floor to any questions that you might have.
Thank you so much, Malcolm. Thank you for the rich presentation, the deep dive into the demo. And let us check if we have some questions. I see only many thanks from our public for the presentation, but no questions yet. Also, in case you have some questions, please raise your hand. Okay. In this case, let me share for a couple of seconds my screen.
All yours.
Thank you so much. Let me know if you see it. So, all right, good. So, if there are no questions at the moment, but if you will have them later on, please feel free to contact Malcolm or directly us, and we will be happy to support you with your digital projects, your digitalization, and we'll be happy to answer all your questions about also the PPM solution. In this case, you can also contact us via our email, look@proMX.net, check more information on our website. I believe that my colleague will drop a couple of informations into the chat, so you can see that. And last but not least, even if it's our last session for this Dynamics week, we still have one session, the last one for this year, 2023, about Project Online. And what is the future for the Project Online? And its comparison to Project for the Web and Project Operations. So don't miss it up. We will be having this presentation together in with collaboration with Microsoft. And so stay tuned. It will be on the 28th of November at 1 p.m. ACT. I believe it is 7 p.m. in German time, and 1 p.m. in Miami as well. So we have all the information on our LinkedIn, and in case you don't want to miss any upcoming events from our site related to Dynamics 365 topics, follow us in LinkedIn and subscribe to our newsletter, and we'll be happy to see you in the future. Have a great day, evening, everyone, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone.